Hello, ladies and gents. This will be my review of Marvel's What If? Season 1, Episode 1. This all centres around Captain Carter, so Peggy Carter becoming Captain Carter, not Captain Britain. It's sort of like it, but it's not. Like, it is different. And I do think that there was an Easter egg for Captain Britain in there with the sword. But basically, it's what if Peggy Carter took the super soldier serum, right? Now, I bet you anything, there'll be a lot of you expecting me to really hate on this. Because assumptions, they're the bane of most people's existence. Going to make you look like an arse. I enjoyed this. I enjoyed this fine. I thought it was fine. My only major negative was actually the animation. I really didn't like the animation. There was only one scene where I liked the animation, and that was when she's smashing her way through an airplane. I think the animation style being this sort of CG semi-cel shaded thing worked really well there for that style of scene. I think that worked great. Everything else, animation-wise, I actually really didn't like. I thought it looked too Disney-ish. I think that's the closest thing I can say. It just looked too much like a Disney film, which I don't like. I don't associate it with this kind of thing, which I'm trying to enjoy. So let's talk about it, right? And let's talk why so many people have an issue with it, outside of the fact that their peen inverts the moment they see a woman. I don't understand the hate that Peggy Carter gets for suddenly looking more manly. I think a lot of people do seem to forget that Captain America is essentially, and again, this is really important to note, I'm just going to sort out the focus here, so I'm not so blurry-durry anymore. Captain America he's on super steroids, right? He doesn't take the super serum and become the ultimate man. The serum doesn't turn you into the ultimate of whatever your gender is. I don't understand why suddenly people think that's what the super serum does. You've got to remember when this kind of came around and, it's Captain America. He's taking super steroids, right? So he becomes ultra masculine. Because, funnily enough, steroids, exogenous testosterone, that tends to be the outcome, doesn't it? However, Peggy Carter takes it and everyone's expecting her to have massive titties. And I'm assuming huge hips. I don't know why. Because if you see any woman that trains remotely hard for any length of time, their physical prowess, funnily enough, does become more masculine. I know, shock horror, ladies and gents. Woman trains, they become more manly because musculature is a manly trait, generally speaking. So if she takes the super soldier serum, what do you think the end result's going to be? She's not going to suddenly have fucking triple F tits, is she? I don't understand. I really don't understand. Like, it's like everyone that was like, oh, she just wants to be a man, look at her arms, has had a brain hemorrhage. One, it's set in World War II. Women were downtrodden back then. They were called dames. They were considered to be lesser. They were not included in meetings. The kind of meetings that Peggy Carter finds herself in this show, trying to push against the male sort of stereotype, right? That's just part of the course. When you're reviewing something like this, you've got to look at the setting, the time period. Like, why are you... It's like people hating on something, way back then, hating on it for, comparing it to modern sensibilities. It's exactly the same kind of thing when people now are then comparing it back then to someone who has the gender role flipped and going, oh, well, it's just feminist trash then, isn't it? What, because she's going against the gender stereotypes of the time? No, it's time period accurate. And her being musculature, having this level of musculature isn't suddenly off canon. Captain America is just a super steroid user. That's literally what he is. He takes some gamma-infused steroids, right? What did you think Peggy Carter was going to become? I don't understand it. I literally don't understand why people are hating on it. Now, you can hate on it for the garbage art direction, which I think is genuinely crap. You can hate on it for some of the wonky ass voice acting, but hating on it because she looks more manly because she's taken super steroids makes you look a bit of a dick. It makes you look a little bit like your dick never gets wet, right? Like you see a woman and you hate them instantly. That's what it looks like. It looks real bad on you. Anyway, to review the overall story, because I've kind of ranted a little bit there, because I simply don't understand. I simply don't understand. It's obviously a what if. It's the multiverse. It's a splinter universe. A split-second decision changes the course of reality. And thus she becomes Captain Carter. Now, it's not Captain Britain, right? It is not. It is Captain Carter. It is a form of Captain America. She has the vibranium shield. She has the suit, but obviously with Britain's, the Union Jack on it. And there's very similar beat by beat things that happen. Steve Rogers actually becomes the first Iron Man. I quite liked that. He dons the Hydra Stomper. And all the subtle interactions between the two of them, I really liked. She's still, in terms of her interaction with Steve Rogers, fairly feminine. She's like, oh, you're my hero. And so people going, oh, she wants to become a man. No. I think a lot of this is just over your head. Now, you can hate on this for whatever reason because it's just gender flipped. Yeah, but that's the whole point of the show. It's what if. Are you going to hate it because Marvel Zombies is there? It's simply confusing to me. I actually quite liked the voice actor that they got in for the Red Skull. I thought that was pretty decent. I think that the giant creature that comes through the Tesseract dimensional portal was interesting. I think the sword that Captain Carter grabs, Peggy Carter grabs, I think that is absolutely a little... because it's at, Hydra's base. I think it is to do with Captain Britain. The sort of King Arthur's sword. I liked all of that. I thought that was pretty decent. I hated the art direction. I hated some of the voice acting. The art direction really lets it down. If this is the art direction that it's all going to have, I'm going to really, really struggle. And I probably won't end up watching it, mainly because the art direction sucks so bad. But in terms of her being manly, yeah, no shit. That's what happens. Funnily enough, go look at any woman bodybuilder. Go look at any female athlete. They don't have tits. Like, they just don't. Right? Sorry. Unless they've got big fakies, they just don't. It's just par for the course. It's like people have never left their house and gone to a gym. I know some of you haven't. Like, I get it. But to randomly hate on it because she took super steroids and became more manly is utterly beyond me. Anyway, there you go. Rant/review. It was fine. It was pretty enjoyable in moments. It was touching in moments here, there. It was fine. Quite funny in moments as well. I do think Peggy Carter was a bit OP. I think she was able to do more things in this than Steve Rogers has done as Captain America. Like, she's literally throwing people around, throwing, like flipping cars and stuff like that. And I don't think Captain America can do that. I could be wrong. Maybe he can. But flipping a car? No, I don't think so. So she's a bit OP. But all in all, it was fine. Fairly non-offensive, to be perfectly honest. Let me know what you think down below in the comment section. If you're new here, do hit subscribe. Cheers, guys. Take care.